So let's say your external data is in Excel format and you have to create SAS dataset format. This is my Excel sheet and I have sheets I have. This is all information. What information is there? You leave it. You don't have to understand it. This is a document which will go in a detailed manner when we start HTTM. For now, we'll just try to understand how we can create a data set from this Excel file. Because sometime you may get a data, your external data, your raw data sets in the Excel format. Now, for that, we have procedure called as proc import. Import basically means you are importing, you are bringing an Excel file into a SAS environment. So let's see a syntax. How it starts is, this is a proc, right? This is a procedure. We have to use a procedure here. What is a procedure? How it start? Start with proc. Proc, import, data, file. These are some keywords you have to use. And then mention the path where your Excel file is placed. So for me, I am keeping in a SAS. I have this, see, XLSX. This extension is for an Excel file. So I'm keeping here. When I will be sending you this document, you have to click here, upload files, and choose the file and upload it first. First task will be to upload it and just copy this path where your Excel file is placed, paste it, and next keyword, we're not using semicolon here. Let's keep it in your mind. Out equal to. Since you're creating a data set, there must be a name for a SAS data set. So what's the name? Let's keep it as test. Which kind of file is this? We can even import a few other files as well. So that's why you have a keyword. I'll tell you what are the other files we can do. dbms equal to. Here we are telling which kind of file it is. This is Excel file. So XL, see, you are getting XLS as well. Since this is XLSX file, so we have to mention this particular extension, that the file which we are trying to import is a Excel file. Here we'll give a semicolon. You have a multiple sheet. You have a multiple sheet here, TA, TE, TI, TV, TS. So let's say we wanted to import this TE sheet. So we'll say sheet equal to quotation TE. Again, semicolon. That's it. Run. But I can't see anywhere we have a file name of Excel sheet. In a proc import data file, even you have to mention your file name as well, Excel file name as well. So actually I should copy this entire thing, not just the till the folder. With extension, I have to give here entire thing. On this path I have, and this is my file name with a extension XLSX. Okay, let's run this code and see if it's imported. See, you're getting here test dataset, and you have 4 record, and you have a variable. If you compare with this file TE, see here, 4 record, and these are the variables. Study ID, domain, and all those things. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7 variable we have. Correct. Total column 7, rows is 4. This is how you import your Excel file. I'll try to rerun the same program again. See what issue will happen. Import cancelled. Output dataset already exists. Specify replace option to overwrite it. As is telling, this import is cancelled. It's not creating a dataset again. We have to mention, as the log says, we have to mention replace option. So it's always a good practice to use a replace option. Here in a DBMS, say replace, so that you will not get that warning. Because only when you are importing it for the first time and then you run, it will run. Second, third, fourth time, if you run the same proc import, it is not running. You saw it, right? Import cancelled. Because this option was missing. See, we got again the same data. It has overwrite the earlier one. One of the syntaxes here, which is called as get names, and we will say yes. By default, the value for this get names is yes. Even if I'm not mentioning it, SAS consider it as yes. If I'm mentioning as no, then I have to mention it. What's the use of this? This will tell the SAS that first row here is a variable. Otherwise, how SAS will understand? They see this is also a Excel box, right? This is also a first row, second row, third row. But we have a variable in the first row here, and these are all the record. By default, SAS consider first row as the variable. If you say, let's say your data is something like where you don't have a variable name there, then you will say get name equal to no. That means the first row is not a variable. Everything is a record only. Study ID and all those things coming up as the record here. And by default, some random variable name SAS has assigned. So either I can mention as yes, as per our requirement, or I can completely remove this. Let it be there. Yes is by default. Any question on this proc import? Keep in mind, only mention semicolon after DBMS in a DBMS keyword. Then again in seat, then again in get names. Then will always be there. Import is simple. You are bringing from out. Export means you are sending somewhere outside some to other country, that becomes export. It's simple. Import means you are bringing something from other country. In this example, we are bringing, right? We are bringing the Excel file from the outside to a SAS environment. So it become import. Okay, so I'll show you an Excel file here, and you have Excel file and you have all these different sheets here. TA, TE, TI, TV, TS. These are some of my Excel sheet here. I wanted to create a data set. I wanted to create a data set, or also I can say it as a data frame from this Excel file. In SAS, how we do it?
We do proc import.
Proc import.
Proc import.
Means we are bringing something from the outside environment to the SAS environment. Here we are doing the same thing. We are bringing something from the outside environment to the R environment. So there we have used proc import. Importing means we are bringing something from the outside. We don't have anything as import here. We have very simple function called as read Excel. There is no confusion of whether I have to use proc import or proc export. Read underscore. Lastly, you have something called as, if I just type ex, it's belong to read Excel package or library. That means we have to load this. In my package, if I go here, if I just look for this function, load this. Before I load, I did not load it now. If I go to package and if I search for this, even you can check directly here as well, whether you have installed and loaded it or not. Let's say you have installed it earlier using install.packages, then it will come up here in this list in the package tab. But this won't be ticked until unless you load the library. So I have already loaded it. So you can see tick mark is there. If you're not seeing tick mark, that means package is installed, but it is not loaded. If you are searching it here, nothing is coming up. That means you have not installed only the first place. So you have to install first and you load it. So read Excel is the function name. And here you have to say that where is my, so let's say this is one of the Excel file I can see here, trial design, same Excel file, which I have opened. So I'll just copy the path, just tick mark. If it's a Mac, then in this way you have to do. And the setting, and you have the copy folder path. Within quotation, you have to give the path here. If it's your Windows, I think it's, you can directly copy from your C drive. I mean, wherever you have saved it in a document download, you can copy it from directly from there. To read Excel on this path, I have a Excel file, and you have to also tell the SAS, sorry, to R, which file you're trying to read. This is my file name. Copy the file name along with the extension. Read Excel is the function name. I'm reading the Excel file here. Let's run this and see what is happening. So we did not assign to any data frame. So let's assign to a data frame. If you don't assign, you can see the data in the console, but we need to create a data set. So let's say data set name is something like whatever data is there, it will be assigned to a TDM data frame or data set. See here. Now, whatever you were seeing earlier, it's coming up as a R data set, as a data frame. It's the same thing. It's coming NA here because at the bottom I have again kept some record here. That's why it is coming NA. Something is missing in between, and again at the last you can see the records here or rows here. This is how you can read the Excel file. The question is, next question is, I have so many different seats. Just now, what I did is, by default, when I did not mention any seat name, I'm able to read first seat, which is TA. Even in the SAS as well, if you're not specifying the seat, then the first seat by default, it will read. Same thing in R also it's happening. So this one, whatever is there, everything is created. This is your variable name and this is your all the records. Let's say you wanted to read, only you wanted to import this TV seat. So for that, it's as simple as writing the seat as one of the parameter. Seat
Sir,
equal to, yeah,
sir, here what does TDM mean?
it's a data set name. Here, data TDM. You can keep anything here. And I have to mention here in a same case, so TV. Let me not change the first code. Let me write it as second code. Yes. For your understanding. It's not required. Let's say if you are only reading the one of the seed, then you can mention here. But for your understanding, I'm writing again a new line of a code. And let's say this time my data set name is TV. Okay. Created TV. The information what you have here in TV, same thing is coming up as a data set.